I'm sitting here backstage with the Rapture here at the Falls Festival. I'm pretty confident in asking this one, but your first time in Tassie?
Yes.
Well and truly, but I've heard you've already soaked up some of the Hobart must-dos, such as the Taste of Tasmania, and even a bookshop. What was that like?
I didn't. I just ate a big eye, blue eye fish, and I ate some salad. You know, I didn't go to the bookstore, but the bookstore I heard was phenomenal.
The bookstore was good, but expensive.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have some words about that. Tell me.
Well, everything's a bit expensive because, you know, our currency just completely went to crap.
Well, yeah, it's completely 100% parity at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's the equivalent of like, you know, $35 for a sandwich or something like that.
I find it very disrespectful the rest of the world, actually.
Now tell me.
You know, I was walking around today and I was like, you know, I just wanted to be an imposing American figure here in Tasmania. And I don't feel very imposing. I feel like I should be large like my country is. And Harris, our bass player, thought I should just look imposing. It's like American dress can be very, like a cowboy. Just dress like a big 10-gallon hat, cowboy boots.
Yeah, but Australians aren't impressed by you got your own cowboys here, right?
The other option was pimp.
Pimp. You got Australian pimps, like Hobartian pimps?
We have a very small sex industry, I think, and you have to go out to the suburbs to find that. So
That's cool.
I don't think so. I think a pimp would have been the correct outfit to really stand out.
It's more like about soft cheese and stuff, right?
Here in Tasmania?
Yeah.
I think we do some hard cheese pretty well as well. I think all kinds of cheeses.
I was warned off the hard cheese by a Hobartian, but that's good to hear.
Good to know. Now, let's talk about music and you guys, and enough about Hobart for now. Tell me about 2010. Was it a touring year, recording year, maybe neither, maybe a bit of both?
It was a recording year, and there were some shows played, but mostly I think we would think of it as a recording year and a cheese year. A cheese year because we recorded in Paris, and we ate some really good cheese in Paris.
Does this mean that there's a new release in the works?
Way.
Yeah, it's done. It's done. We finished a record, and we're just like tying up the sort of financial blah blah blah, and then it'll be out soon. Yeah.
Are there any songs about cheese?
All the songs are about cheese, really, if you think about it.
That's a pretty good point, actually. Was there any temptation to draft in another band member when Matt left the band in 2009?
Actually, I mean, we thought about it and stuff, but it just didn't. It was kind of like we needed to make a record, and we had a lot of songs already, so it just felt like trying to make a record and have a new band member just seemed like the wrong idea. You know, it was already hard enough to make a record and not have somebody who you're married to. Also, like, hey, you want to get married? Cool, let's have some kids, like, right away. And yeah, it just seemed like a bad recipe.
Fair enough.
I don't even remember talking about it.
Fair enough. Well, let's move on. You guys have been recording together since 1998. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not me, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, band started. Me and Vito grew up together. I've known Vito since I was 9, and Vito went to school in San Francisco, and I followed him up there because I didn't have anything better to do, and we started the band in 98.
Maybe I'll ask you this one then, because this is a pretty selfish question.
Good, I like how it's good. Bring it on.
One of my favourite tracks is it, how do you pronounce it? Oleo?
Oleo.
Yeah. You recorded it for your mini album Mirror, and then re-recorded it for Echoes. Now, I'm always interested to know why a band re-records a song onto releases. Obviously, in hindsight, I can see it was a good move, but at the time, why did you choose that?
Well, there's a good story about Oleo on that. It was named by the keyboard player at the time, his grandmother, because he played her the music, and she said, "Oh, that sounds like an Oleo," and no one knew what that was, so we thought that was perfect. And we re-recorded it just because we were lazy and we didn't have enough songs and like having a really hard time writing songs. So that's the story of that. That's the truth. That's the truth.
Truthful. That's always the best answer. I remember when I listened to Echoes for the first time, 2003, going, "Oh wow, sounds like nothing else I've ever heard." do you feel any pressure or any desire even to continue to make a very kind of unique sound?
Yeah, I mean, last record I felt tons of pressure to like, you know, try to reinvent everything, but you know, we weren't really trying to reinvent anything in the beginning when we made Echoes, so I think it's a recipe for disaster. I like the way the record came out last time, but I just put a lot of pressure on myself personally to be something else when just being myself was actually fine, you know.
Cool. Now, Peace of the People We Love. Now, obviously, it was I thought anyway, like really fun, more upbeat album than maybe Echoes was. Do you still have a lot of like fun playing it live after 3 years?
You want to take that one, Gabe? No?
Do we still have? We have a lot of. Yeah, it's all fun to play.
That's good
It's
to
all
know.
fun to play. I mean, I think really what makes it fun is like, you know, we're just not playing these songs; we're performing them for an audience. And so, if the audience is enthusiastic about what we're doing, I think we're always going to have fun. Or I'm always going to have fun. So.
I mean, I think for me that always kind of gets me excited is, you know, just realizing that it's probably the first time for most people seeing us, and just remembering that, and also just being a fan of other bands and remembering, like, you know, that a lot of times, like a lot of my favorite bands I never seen play, and I never will see play, and so yeah, it's just nice to kind of tap into that energy, because as a band you can kind of, if you play 200 shows in a year, you kind of forget about that, but I think it's really all about the audience and just kind of like having a conversation with them.
Sure. This evening, you don't have to give too much away, but will we be hearing any of these new songs that we're going to be hearing recorded next year?
Well, they're already recorded, but yeah, I'll play a song tonight, probably. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. And lastly, what's 2011 got in store? I mean, obviously maybe a new record release, but have you guys got some more big touring plans?
Yeah, well, you know, I guess putting out a record always involves like 2 years of touring, not seeing your family, forgetting who your friends are, just like cabin fever, jet lag, and a lot of fun.
Good stuff. I actually might finish on this one. We've been asking a few guys this. A New Year's resolution for 2011?
I haven't thought about that at all, actually. It's one of the first years I haven't like thought. I'm so sorted out that...
That's good. So most American bands have said they've lost a couple of days in transit, so that's their excuse for not having a New Year's resolution yet. If you want to run with that one.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions? I don't.
I'm going to eat more cheese and more seafood.
Cheese and seafood? Cheesy seafood? That's good.
Macaroni, cheese, and tuna. You heard it here first. Thanks so much, guys, for taking time out of your evening to talk to us. Cheers.